And I now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Госпожа председатель.
Madam President, we thank the delegation of the United Kingdom for having taken initiative and the U.S. delegation for promptly having convened today's important meeting. We are grateful to Mr. Lowcock for the report about recent developments in the Republic of Yemen, which was of grave concern to us. The Russian Federation is tied to the people of Yemen with a history of friendly relations, and we are deeply entwined, and we deeply extend our condolences. We pay tribute to the efforts of humanitarian workers. At the same time, we understand that the decision can be arrived at exclusively at the political level. Like other Security Council colleagues, we are troubled about escalation of violence in Yemen. We have repeatedly voiced our position, which is as follows. De-escalation of the situation around Hodeidah and ending offensive operations should facilitate success of the Special Envoy, Mr. Griffith's efforts. We would call for restraint and non-use of force. We do not believe that one of the parties can achieve greater flexibility or concessions from the other as a result of force and pressure. The history of the Yemeni conflict speaks to the fact that this is an approach which does not work. Mr. Lowcock has just quite rightly stated that those who lose from this conflict will only be the people of Yemen, people who have been enduring unprecedented suffering. They have been subjected to grave trials, including the cholera epidemic in the 21st century. Presently, it is important for all of us to band together to support the Special Envoy's efforts. Mr. Griffiths, whom we see as an objective and impartial mediator, conducted fruitful consultations with the government delegation in Geneva. Recently, there were fruitful contacts held with representatives of Ansar Allah, Sana'a, and Muscat. In Sana'a and Muscat, we believe that there is a possibility to reach agreements, including establishment of confidence-building measures. This remains within reach. There is a genuine opportunity to achieve progress on issues pertaining to exchange of hostages, opening the airport in Sana'a, establishment of international oversight in Hodeidah port, as well as distribution of public sector salaries throughout all of Yemen. We would call upon all of the parties to the conflict in Yemen to proactively join Mr. Griffith's mediation efforts. Unilateral solutions, such as missile strikes of the territory in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which we condemn, will not lead to effective long-term results. Ultimately, the yawning gap of misunderstanding and mistrust will only widen between the belligerents, thereby undermining prospects of peace being restored. For our part, we will continue to support the efforts of the Special Envoy through contacts with all conflict parties in Yemen. We would call upon our colleagues to actively help him. We advocate widespread, a full end to the conflict in Yemen. This will be advanced with a focus on a political process and will be advanced with work to rebuild infrastructure that has been destroyed, which needs immediately to be rebuilt. The economy of the country lies in ruins, and this is liable to compound the already dire situation in the country. Russia will continue humanitarian assistance to the people of Yemen, both in the north and in the south. To conclude, Madam, we wish to stress that finding solutions to the conflict plaguing Yemen would be an important contribution to stabilization of the situation throughout the sub-region. We would recall a proposal to launch in the Persian Gulf, ultimately throughout the Middle East, to launch a process of crafting a package of security and confidence-building measures, such an architecture which should include the participation of all key countries in the region. Persian Gulf states and Iran will help not only to enhance comprehensive and indivisible security in that part of the world, but will also lead to a resolution to new and protracted crises, including the Yemeni conflict. Threats and confrontation need to give way to dialogue and cooperation. Cooperation on that basis will lead to a prompt resolution to the conflict plaguing Yemen. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation, and